Hi everyone, so we are back with the second oil pastel video, and I am going to actually show you how to do some of the oil pastel. So last time I had you, I showed you to get a piece of paper, tape it down your edges, choose a visual, make sure you separate it so that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. All right, draw everything, the outlines, with a pencil. When that is done, then you can actually get started. So I did it with a flower. So this is my visual. And what I did is it really helped me to first draw with an outline of my pencil on here, and then come on here and draw it. So that helped me really see what edges and how to make this image come onto this one. So make my hand do what my eyes and my brain wanted my hand to do. So basically, the reason why I liked this so much is because it was so full of colors and textures and little blending lines that I had a lot of room for mistakes, right? So if I don't get every single one of these tiny little lines going like this, or the exact smear from this pinkish purple into the blue, into the yellow, no one's going to know because no one's going to see this, okay? So I'm just going to get as close as I can. So as you can tell, I'm just having fun laying down my colors and then blending. So I'm going to go to this little petal right here. And I'm going to see if I can push this over a little bit. All right, so this petal and this petal. So this is quite light. So I'm actually going to start with my lightest colors. So I see a white on there, and you probably can't see this in the camera very well, okay? And I see a little bit of yellow right here on the edge, okay? And, oh, actually the yellow kind of goes over here too. So I'm gonna put that on. All right, now I see some purple. Now when I'm doing this, I try to get as many different shades of purple as I possibly can get my hands on so that I can easily put all of them on or just stay with one, but usually you never just stay with one color. So I can see that the directions of these lines go like this. Okay, so I'm going to try to follow that when I'm coloring. So these go like this. This gets very light. Kind of goes like this. All right, and I see maybe a little bit dark on the edge, so I changed my color to a little bit dark. Okay, maybe a little bit of pink. And you work with layers. Now, when you're ready to blend your first layer, you can use this is a blending stick. A lot of times people use it for blending pencils, but you can use it for whatever you want. It's basically just paper towel rolled up and rolled up and rolled up to a point. You can cut up an old t-shirt, wrap your finger in it like this and smear, because if you just smear with your finger, a lot of times your skin starts to get raw. My favorite are these little color shaper tools, but they're not always my favorite. It depends on what I'm doing. If I'm doing something too smooth and not textured enough, this doesn't help me. I have to use this. So I always have these tools available for when I'm ready to blend. So you saw that I put the white down. When I have something so light, I like to go back over it and blend one more time with my white. I love white. I go through white a lot. And already that is starting to blend together really nice and pretty. Okay, but I'm gonna go now and I'm going to choose, what blending tool? I'm gonna just take this one. I'm gonna go through, and remember those directions I showed you? Here, 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 here. When I blend, I'm gonna continue to go in those directions. So it curves this way, and then it starts to curve up this way. So I'm moving my tool, and then it starts to curve this way. So if I just went on there and went like this way, I'm gonna lose those contour lines, okay? Those cross contour lines, and I'm gonna ruin what would easily look like a petal, Okay, so now I'm going to do my edge. And then voila, it is not perfect. I even look, there's some blue that got in there, and I actually kind of like that there was something on here and it actually got in there. I think it's way more interesting, okay? So I can sit here and add more white or color, but I want to be careful because it was light, all right? So I want to keep this light. So now I'm going to go down to this section here. Now remember, again, these do not have to look identical. You're just using this as a reference. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to get my pinks on the edges. I'm going to come down a little bit, right? This is nice and dark, so I'm pressing nice and hard. Up here, I know it's going to get very nice and soft. Okay. There's lots of purples going on in here. I even see a little bit of blue, but just in spots, right? I see a little bit right here, a little bit right here, okay? And look how that is kind of like messy, right? That's kind of just a messy lay down of the colors. So I'm gonna take some white, because this is nice and light, and I'm gonna go over that for sure, going in the directions that I see it curving, okay? So already that's blending that. And I think I'm gonna put a little bit of white down here, but I'm not gonna touch right here just yet, because it seems to me I might need that to stay dark. But white, again, is my best friend. I love it. So I'm gonna start, and if I need to, I can clean this off, okay? And I'm going to start with my light, and I'm gonna go in the direction that I see it curving, bring it down here. Careful, because this will smear up into my light, so I don't want to do it too much, okay? Now I'm going to start going this direction. Now maybe I want the blue to stay separate, so I'm going to do the blue first. And come down here and do the blue, okay? And now I'm going to start to blend it all together. Again, the goal is to have a painterly kind of feel to it. So don't be stingy on putting down your color. Stingy means don't put down the tiniest little layer like this, and you can see through to the paper because it's not going to blend. So if you have a tiny little layer like this, that means you're going to have to put down a lot of white on top of it because it needs to be thick enough to blend. So if you're having just one single line like that, it's not going to do you much good. But if you put a nice coating of white on top of it, immediately is thick enough for you to start blending. Okay. All right. So right here, you can see that this one and this one are not exactly alike, and that's okay, right? And you are just getting close. So if you put polka dots and zebra stripes on this, you're not even close, okay? But these, I can see that these colors are close, and the direction that I blended in is close, all right? So ultimately at the end, you are going to come up with a beautiful painterly looking painting, because at the end we call these a painting because it's filling up the whole page with these oil pastels. So it will no longer be a drawing, it will be considered a painting. All right, good luck. Remember to layer, remember to blend, remember to use your white to thicken areas up, and remember to have fun and enjoy.